The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
So for the next 30 minutes, it is my honor to walk you through some transformation stories from OPTAVIA coaches that many of you are here on your health journey, and they started off there too. But they also decided to explore the full trilogy of healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. So hi, I'm Samantha Prestenbach, also known as Sam, and I am an independent certified OPTAVIA coach. I actually have been for, about 8 years now. And it is the change that I always needed in my life. You see, 8 years ago, I kind of thought I had it all. I was a small business owner. I'm married to this very handsome, awesome man. His name is Harold, and actually he's a full-time OPTAVIA coach with me. I'm a proud mama to these three beautiful babies here, and I actually have a fourth on the way. So it's you probably no surprise to you that, I love my life. But 8 years ago, I was very surprised when I saw that there was a little bit of a tug of war between me and my family, and also my desire to be an entrepreneur. You see, when I found OPTAVIA 8 years ago, it was really through the desire to reach some health goals that even as I'm a retired fitness professional, that even as a fitness professional, I could not achieve. You see, I was stuck in this yo-yo pattern of losing and regaining the same weight over and over again. I also really desperately wanted to work from home. You see, I was afraid to admit to my husband because we had opened a business together. But I had more babies. I had this urge to be home with them more. But I wanted my cakes, metaphorical cake, and eat it too. I wanted to be an entrepreneur and the mom. And so I got on plan, transformed my health. It was literally the best program I had ever done, and I had done a lot of things, guys. And very quickly, I was instantly inspired to share this with some of my closest friends that I knew were struggling with their health. And honestly, I wanted extra shopping money. Okay, ladies, put in the chat if you've ever wanted just some extra shopping money, that you could spend on whatever. So I wanted to help people, and I just wanted a little extra money. I didn't see that this was going to be the fit, honestly, and bringing me home. But as I dove in and I learned about the community more and more and more, as I learned about the opportunity, very quickly, the light bulb went off in my head and my husband's head. And we saw that this was actually going to be a plan B for us, that in reality, this could bring mama home. And sure enough, it did. But the next thing that surprised me was my husband was noticing how much fun I was having. He noticed that I was making a great additional income. And he also noticed that the trending of our business was not so good. And then I noticed that he wasn't happy. So what happened for us is that our plan B turned into our plan A. As my goals shifted and changed, so did the way that we built our business. And here we are today living a life of freedom. So that's what I want you to think about today. Not necessarily leaving your job or shopping money or how you can bring daddy home or mommy home, but I want you to think about what you want. Just like years ago, I thought about what I wanted. I thought about what my husband wanted. I thought about what my family needed and the people around me, because that's what OPTAVIA is about. We're about reaching down, offering a hand up to the next person, whether they live in your house, in your body, or in your community. We are about helping people create a lifelong transformation, one healthy habit at a time. So there is a crisis here. And I know that everyone's noticing. This is no surprise. In fact, we have been talking about this for a while in America, and that there is a health epidemic in the US, and it is only continuing to spread. And the fact remains is that you probably noticed this in your own backyard. Heck, it started with you, right? It started with me years ago, realizing that there was a health crisis within my own life. And that even though it may have not been, it was only 8 or 5 pounds that I wanted to lose, it was creating a crisis in my own life. But the reality is there's so many people. In fact, there's 39.8% of adults that are aged 20 years and over that are considered obese. And there's 71.6% of adults aged 20 years and over that are considered overweight. That is a staggering number. Now, we have about 25,000 coaches in OPTAVIA, and there's over 300 million people in America. And we have a lot of OPTAVIA coaches, but we don't have enough. So there are 4 components to our system. And these 4 components are the same components that I got so excited about when I was just a client on program, but they're also the same components that I got really excited about as a health coach. And that is starting with your OPTAVIA coach, the habits of health, the OPTAVIA community, and then, of course, our awesome fuelings. So let's talk about the OPTAVIA coach first. Oh my gosh, I loved my coach and still do to this day. In fact, he's one of my closest friends and has helped me and my husband so much in so many ways. You know, you have the opportunity here through letting a OPTAVIA coach assist you in your goals. You have the opportunity to really partner with somebody that really cares about your goals. You're somebody that really is excited about you achieving what you want in your life. And they're knowledgeable about the program. They've done it, they've created results, and they can provide you the one-on-one support that you deserve. You deserve support. You know, our program is truly about a healthy lifestyle. And that's what it's centered around. It's so much more than just nutrition or just activity or even just mindset. It is actually about creating a healthy lifestyle that guides us toward achieving healthy habits each and every day. Number 2 is the habits of health. And man, oh my gosh, you see this man here, Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. His story, if you're going to love these stories tonight, but oh, his story is so amazing, and why he co-founded this incredible mission, but also created the habits of health. You see, he was one of the 10th board certified critical care physicians in the US. And this man basically got fed up with putting a Band-Aid on things that he knew healthy nutrition and healthy lifestyle and healthy community could really help people. You have that for success here. Even as a fitness professional, when I opened this book up, or I should say especially, I was completely surprised. I felt understood. I felt like my goals were important. And most importantly, it showed me through making small, consistent changes that it was possible. Lifelong transformation, not just a temporary transformation, but lifelong transformation was truly possible and is. Third, our OPTAVIA community. I could say, and I love this one the best, and I love them all. But many of you have heard that the law of association, that we are most like the 5 people that we spend the most time with. Well, I want you to think about that. If you have big goals for your health, for your mind, for your body, what people do you have around you right now that have similar or higher goals and values? It's super important. And I got honest with myself years ago about what my true health goals were immediately and long term. And I looked around. There weren't many people in my immediate community that shared those same values. Here, through virtual calls, through support calls, through online platforms, and even a nutrition support team. You have access to a community that gets you, that wants you to reach your goals, and they don't think you're crazy for wanting it. Then number 4, the fuelings. This, by far, is the cement that pulls everything together. You see, nutrition doesn't have to be difficult, and nor do you have to do a diet. You can actually learn to eat in a way that creates the healthy body you want, and you can do it simply. Our fuelings are the secret sauce to the whole process. It allows us to eat when we're supposed to, 6 times per day, every 2 to 3 hours, and also makes it simple for us to stay focused on hydration, getting in 64 ounces of water daily or more. These fuelings are nutrient dense. They have the correct macronutrients and micronutrients, and they're carbohydrate controlled. Contrary to what many people will think, carbohydrates are not the enemy. You need them. We just need them in the right balance, with the right balance of protein and at the right times of the day. They are scientifically proven, and the nutrition profile is second to none. They're designed to give you injections of the right nutrition when you need it every day, and to repeat that consistently as you reach your goals. So without further ado, I am so excited to bring up our first speaker. Edward Cunliffe is fairly new to our community, but he has achieved an incredible transformation that has really woken him up to the possibilities of helping others, but also the possibilities of a healthy mind and finances too. So Edward, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Beautiful. All right. Well, good evening. I appreciate you letting the rookie on this evening. I hope everyone's doing well out there. Excuse me. In terms of my story, the reality is I was out of shape for about 10 years, anywhere from 40 to 50 pounds on a bad day. And to me, it was always just kind of a phase I was going through. And I always planned on getting in shape. You know, I never threw in the towel and gave up. I just never really got around to it. And, you know, life got in the way. I told myself I was too busy with work, or I was traveling too much. You know, I got 3 small boys at home. Fill in the excuse, fill in the blank. My dad had triple bypass surgery 2 years ago, and that got my attention. And, you know, one of the things that really bothered me over the last couple of years is, you know, I have 3 very active boys, and they want to wrestle with daddy. And I was tired all the time, and my knees hurt, and I didn't really want to roll around on the ground. So I had to take a breather. And, you know, I've tried various things over the years. Going to the gym was probably, you know, the go-to. And, you know, I think I learned multiple times that you can't outrun the spoon. So anyway, I was introduced to OPTAVIA by one of my buddies in November of last year. And I jumped right in, and I love the convenience of it. You know, it's really kind of hard to screw it up if you actually want to get the results. I found that, you know, I'll probably eat whatever's around. So if it's healthy, I'll eat that. That's great. If it's not so healthy, unfortunately, I'd probably eat that too, right? So I was able to hit my goals, you know, relatively quickly. And then my coach, you know, threw out the whole coaching idea. And, you know, initially I didn't really give it much thought, you know, but, you know, I was feeling better. I had loads more energy. My mind was sharper. I was way more productive. I was a better dad because I had way more energy. I was a better husband. And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, this is a really good thing. I would like to pay this forward. Not to mention a lot of my friends and, you know, co-workers and whatnot noticed that I was, you know, in a lot better shape, and they were asking me about it. So, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. The main reason I decided to be a coach was from a purely selfish reason. I thought to myself, if I'm a coach, then that's probably going to hold me accountable to stay in shape. You know, I don't want to be a hypocrite, and it'll force me to kind of continue with these healthy habits. And so I said, you know, I'll just give it a go, and I'll sign up, you know, my friends that are asking me about it. And I think my initial thought was, you know, maybe I'll end up paying for my fuelings. And then something pretty cool happened. You know, I stuck to the system, you know, copied and pasted some texts, and people, you know, good friends of mine that I've known for years, you know, would send me their whys. And that was pretty cool, you know, and then they started to get the results, and I love it. You know, I get texts every single day saying, hey buddy, thank you so much. I'm down 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. I weigh the same as I did in college. This is amazing, you know, and it's just very, very fulfilling. And yeah, it's been great. I think one of the reasons, you know, I've gotten off to a pretty good start with this. There's an old saying that you'll lose anything you don't appreciate. It might be your health, it might be a relationship, or it might be a business opportunity that's put in front of you. And, you know, I've had my own business now for almost 20 years and worked very hard at it. And when I look at my business, you know, when we open up offices, there's pretty big expenses on the front end. We're moving people across country. We're getting leases. We're putting deposits down. We're having to furnish offices, right? And with the OPTAVIA opportunity, you know, there's minute startup costs. There's no overhead. I'm assuming you probably already pay for your cell phone and you have an internet connection. There's no inventory to worry about. And, you know, you can move as quickly as you want. There's no geographic boundaries here in the US. There's not a whole lot of red tape, and you can just go. And, you know, that appealed to me. And, you know, to be honest, everything about the company appeals to me in all facets. I love the values. I love the mission. And, you know, it's a feel good thing. I've been in sales, like I said, for a long time, and I can sell a phone system to somebody, an inanimate object, and it's cool, it's functional, it works. But the best thing about this is the product, and, you know, the fact that you can make a really big positive impact on people's lives. And it's very dynamic. You know, obviously it's not just the food, the fuelings, the community is great. And some people really lean on that, and the support is great, and the accountability is great. Personally, the most helpful thing for me was the education piece. I just didn't understand what I was doing to myself, and I needed to learn that. And so I've now been able to help out, you know, an awful lot of people, and it seems to work for everyone. One of my clients, I always thought was in fantastic shape, but, you know, she had 8 pounds that she couldn't shake, and hasn't been able to for years. And she told me that, you know, those 8 pounds were like a prison to her. You know, it's obviously worked for a guy like me who feels like at least that he's fairly busy and doesn't have time to prep food every morning. I'm just not going to do that, you know. And so I think one of the reasons I've been able to get off to a good start here is I'm just excited about it. And people see I'm excited about it. And I genuinely feel like when I'm telling somebody about OPTAVIA, I'm handing them a gift, you know, and I'm excited for them to check it out. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys letting me on the call today. I want to finish up just real quick. I have very big goals with this. I want to do some really big things. I want to make an extraordinary impact and do some really positive things. And I know from my experience in business and certainly from sports, you know, the team with the best players generally wins. And that's kind of my immediate goal right now, is to put together a team of absolutely studly coaches that can pay this forward. So thanks for listening.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ed. That's so wonderful. And really, you know, guys, if you paid attention to that, I know you're starting to hear, you're like, wait, she went over the 4 components. Well, yeah, that's how we achieve the healthy body. But there's 2 other components. There's the healthy mind and there's healthy finances. And the full trilogy is really what we offer and how we assist other people in creating optimal health. You know, Ed noticed that first he needed the accountability factor. He realized through achieving the healthy body and utilizing the components of the 4 components of the OPTAVIA program, that he simply wasn't aware of how to live this healthy life, you know. And then he realized to maintain that, he wanted to teach it and liked to be an inspiration to others, but also really values the business opportunity. You know, if you think back to my story that I shared with you, for me, it was healthy body and a little bit of extra money, healthy finances. But what really surprised me was that there's several paths. There's many paths that you can choose and change as you go. So what are some of the benefits of becoming an OPTAVIA coach? Well, as you've already heard, accountability. You know, if you create change in your life and you are dead set on sustaining that change, go teach that skill. Go support someone else in reaching their goals. When we have a pay it forward mentality, man, do things change inside of us for good. But not just that, coaching is actually fun and so rewarding on so many levels. You know, even from my previous career, I cannot tell you that I ever got the amount of texts and emails and Facebook posts and Instagram tags that I get today from people who are grateful that I said yes to this, that me and my husband Harold said yes to this 8 years ago. When I can wake up to a text that says, "Thank you, I've never felt this great," oh, that is rewarding. And then there's the fact that we get compensated for this, that the fact that there was a path for me to go shop a little extra and not get fussed at by my husband, or a path for me to choose I wanted to be a work from home mom, or a path for me to choose that, and my husband, that we wanted to be work from home entrepreneurs and full-time freedom parents. That's cool. And that's what some of the benefits are. But man, do you want to think about legacy here? When we become capable, competent, confident people that know and feel that we have the power and structure and tools to change current realities, our own and then others, that's when we start creating legacies. And that is so incredible. So next, talk about legacy here. One of my closest friends, amazing woman, beautiful leader, Laura Gaffney. Laura, are you with us?
I'm with you. Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Sam. My name is Laura Gaffney, and I am a certified OPTAVIA coach, and I co-coach along with my husband, Bob. And my journey to optimal health started about 3 years ago. And I was really overweight, and I was also really embarrassed and ashamed, and I'll tell you why. I am a fitness professional, and my husband and I actually own the local fitness center in town. So I knew that I was not being a good role model for any of our gym members, for anyone in the community, and I have 3 children as well, so I was not being a good role model for them. And so I knew I had to come up with a plan to get the weight off. And coming from a fitness background, my plan involved exercise. And so I logically signed up to run a marathon. And one would think that this might work. So what actually happened was I trained for 3 hot summer months, and I ran and ran some more, and the more I ran, the hungrier I got. And the hungrier I got, the more I ate. And then the more I ate, I put on weight, and then I would feel like I would have to actually run some more to try to outrun my poor eating habits. I wasn't fueling myself with good nutrition. So my plan wasn't working. Actually, by the end of the summer, I had gained weight. And instead of actually losing any weight from running at peak, I think I was running about 50 miles a week, I actually gained weight. So I got injured too. So then I couldn't run anymore. So I really felt stuck and depressed about it. And I really didn't know what to do. I did know what to do with a fitness background. I knew all about extensive meal prep, and I know a lot of tips and tricks in terms of yo-yo diets, but I didn't want to spend hours in the kitchen doing meal prep with 3 children and a business family. I didn't want to do that, and I also knew that I wanted a long-term solution versus doing some kind of fad diet that would maybe give me some results, but I knew I wouldn't be able to keep those because I had done a lot of those things. So in came OPTAVIA, and I'm not sure if I found it or it found me, but I followed the simple program and very quickly was able to lose 40 pounds. And I felt amazing. I had not felt this great in decades, probably since high school. And that's been a few decades. So I had this amazing physical transformation. I felt so much better on the outside, but also up here, a lot of things had changed because while I was in my weight loss phase of the program, I was diving into the habits of health. I was on webinars like this, listening to podcasts, participating in our online community and local community events. So my mindset was changing, and I became more confident, happier, and people noticed that too. Not only did they notice the physical transformation, but people would say, "You just look happier. You look more joyous," and then they wanted what I had, and so I. What I love about the program is that there is the business opportunity to this. And at first, my husband and I thought we would install this in our fitness center, help some people there, maybe help a few people in the community. But what we didn't know, we were just playing small. We didn't have big thinking, big dreams occurring yet. So while we did help certainly and are still helping many local people, we did not anticipate how quickly this would scale. And by that I mean clients came on and clients became coaches. They wanted to pay it forward and help other people. And soon we built a team across the United States. And what is even cooler than that is that now that the company has expanded internationally, we are able to and are currently assisting people overseas in Hong Kong and Singapore. So, I mean, never in my wildest dreams 2.5 years ago would I have thought that we would have an international health coaching business that is thriving, and that we've been able to break free of the bricks and mortar. We are no longer having to exchange time for money. So we have found financial and time freedom. And we are dreaming again and starting to just live this most amazing, abundant life. And I'm just so grateful and feel so blessed with this program. And I just adore our community, and just thank you so much for inviting me here tonight, Sam. And I just want to keep helping people make lifelong transformations, one healthy habit at a time.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, that was just so amazing. How inspiring is that story to see that this is what we have here. If you're curious of really looking into it, is that what you're hearing here is that we have a progressive growth model. You know, many people such as Laura and Ed, myself, we started as clients. We started as clients looking to reach a pinnacle of health that we were struggling to reach. And as we reached it, we started to become interested in aiding others as an OPTAVIA coach in reaching their health goals. And then something else funny kind of happens within us, and we see that we have people in our world that they could use a full Trilogy approach, not just a healthy body, but healthy mind and healthy finances, fulfillment, accountability, as we're helping them reach their health goals. And all of a sudden we decide to maybe it's time to move on to becoming a business coach and supporting other coaches in reaching their goals. And even if you're really interested in scaling and growing as big as you can, creating as big of a legacy as you can, helping many people help many people, you can look towards growing into becoming a business leader. So how does it work for coaches? Well, as you're seeing here, it's a relational model. It's fun. We are focused 100% over and over again on optimal well-being. You are self-employed and independent, but you're not in it alone. You can be full-time or part-time or spare time or hashtag side hustle. It really is up to you. And the cool thing is there's low startup, there's no operating costs. You do not have to carry any inventory. In fact, it's only $199 to start up as a coach. I spent way more money, took out a lot of debt to open my first business, and did not create a fraction of the impact, the income, and the legacy that me and my husband, Harold, have been able to create because of OPTAVIA. So thank you, OPTAVIA. It's flexible. You can work anywheres. If you want to be a work from home mom, a work from home dad, a work from the beach person, a work from your pajamas person, a work from your coolest, trendiest clothes, you choose. You choose how, you choose when. There's no quotas. There's no monthly purchases. And you're going to receive complete training and support the whole time in the process. So imagine the support that you receive as a client. There's support, extended support for you as an OPTAVIA coach. So next, and our final story is Mike Storms, a small business owner actually in the same community that I came from, and has an incredible story of transformation that he's going to share with us before we close tonight. Mike, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hey, Sam. Hey, everybody. So excited to be on the call tonight. Thank you very much for watching. And boy, Ed and Laura hit it at the park with their stories of transformation and how they're building fantastic businesses for themselves, for their community, for their family. So my OPTAVIA journey started about 6 months ago. I was approached by my coach, and I was kind of seeking out that I wanted to reach optimal health. I'm a martial arts school owner, and I do a lot of consulting in the NFL and Division I football players, and I really didn't feel like I was at my best. So I got connected with OPTAVIA last October and started program. My initial goal was to lose about 15 or 20 pounds, and now I'm closer to, I've lost 40 pounds, and I'm in the same shape I was. You can see the picture of me. That's my Marine Corps uniform from when I was 18 years old, and I'm 55 years old. And I feel like I'm 25. So the program effectiveness for me was dramatic. I probably cut my workouts in half because the nutritional aspect was so dialed in and so simple. And what I tell people is it's really effortless because you eat to get healthy, that my metabolism changed, my sleep changed, my energy, my focus, my clarity, my drive, everything changed in my personal and professional life. So then my coach said, you know, Mike, why don't you consider coaching? You know, you've been a coach most of your life, and now you have a different tool that you can really impact lives. And part of my story is my dad, who was a very talented athlete, played pro baseball, Ivy League educated guy, was a Marine Corps sniper. I watched him die a few years ago very slowly in the last 10, 15 years of his life, but particularly the last 3 or 4 years, from complications from type 2 diabetes. And at the end of my dad's life, he said to me, you know, I should have listened to you. I should have eaten more vegetables and more protein and laid off the sweets, Mike, because look at where I am. And he was in a nursing home. There was nothing we could do to reverse it. So one of my whys of becoming a coach was to make sure that I could pay it forward to other people where I really couldn't help my dad. So it was super important to me. And that's what I hold in my heart when I'm out trying to save lives and talk to people. What I didn't expect was there's no boundary on the business, And the way the like-minded community of OPTAVIANs, both clients and coaches, support and encourage one another, the sky is the limit. We're only limited in building our coaching practice by the time we want to put into it and by the energy or the goals or the lifestyle we want. My wife co-coaches with me, and we've been able to impact a great number of lives since we started coaching. But the financial flexibility it's offered us has been tremendous. We have 4 kids, 3 kids out of college on their own. We have a 16-year-old. My mom fell about 3 weeks ago and cracked her pelvis and is now home from the rehab hospital. And we've been able to get sitters for her and not even think about it. Hey, she needs sitters 8-9 hours a day. No problem. I got the money. I can pay for it. I took my wife and daughter to Israel. I was able to travel to some personal development events and not be concerned about the investment in my and my wife's personal growth, but focus on the opportunity and the abundance. The biggest part of it, though, and it's been said tonight, is that I get text every day. My blood pressure is better. My cholesterol is better. My pants are looser. I have energy to play with my kids. I have energy to focus on my work with more clarity and more productivity. I have energy to focus on my marriage. So that being part of that catalytic moment when people realize, and I know you realize it too, in your heart, in your soul, that there's more to life than what you're living. Currently in your physical condition, currently in your mindset, currently in your belief and confidence in yourself. And the OPTAVIA program really unlocked new levels for me, new levels for my family, and new levels for the people I coach in my community. So it's been such a tremendous blessing and honor, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity for OPTAVIA, both for myself and for my wife and my family and my community. And now we're building a great group of coaches that, of course, are clients of ours that are putting money away in their retirement plans, having money for college, having money to fix the gutters in the house or go to a Disney vacation. So whatever your why is, earn a little extra money, have something that's more fulfilling, pay it forward to transform other people's lives, just as your life was transformed. I can tell you this is the vehicle. I've had a brick and mortar business for 30 years. We run a pretty successful martial arts program, but it's limited by people that can drive really 30 minutes from it. So my impact, even though it's been thousands and thousands of students over the years, is nothing compared to the impact we have with OPTAVIA clients in 24 different states and coaches in 16 different states. And it's like, you never know where the pebble in the pond is going to end with OPTAVIA. How many lives will be influenced? How many lives will be transformed? And being a part of it is just an honor and a privilege. And we get, rewarded for it and earn money for doing something I really do for free because I love helping people. So thanks for listening, everybody, tonight. Hope to see you at the convention. Come say hi to me, and I hope to see you bringing on new coaches, bringing on new clients, becoming a coach yourself. Have a great night, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mike. And as we wrap up here, guys, I want to show you just how far that support extends. If you're curious about achieving true optimal well-being through OPTAVIA and looking at these other areas of health through OPTAVIA coaching, what you're going to get is actually comprehensive training. As you're hearing, the level of support that you will have is second to none. You literally get to learn as you earn. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because you will have a business coach and a mentorship team of people that have walked ahead of you, whether it's one step, several steps, or many steps. So because of that, we love to employ a model we call team coaching. And it allows you to truly kind of sit into an apprentice role so that you can learn and grow at the same time. You get to choose your pace, and we will set the course for you. So you're not confused or overwhelmed about the path you need to take to reach your goals. But you know that truly you can decide to get there in your timing. The road will always be there. And we always have optional local, regional, and national wellness and training events. So you can take part of as much as you want. When you show up, you will certainly grow up. So guys, if you have been inspired by anything that you've heard here, intrigued, captivated, curious, I really encourage you, reach out to the individual that invited you here. We need more world changers just like you so that we can truly leave an impact and a legacy in people's lives, so we can set people free into achieving the health and the goals that they desire most. Because we are OPTAVIA and we believe in lifelong transformation, and we would love to have you on our side, helping everyone create one healthy habit at a time. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.